Did I tell you, that lady in the front office gonna ask me what did I want to do, sell candy again for next summer? I told her, no, I'm not. Ain't nobody gonna give me to catch a case on for a little cheering.
You didn't do it right anyway.
What you mean?
You was mean. Them people come to the door, you tell them, no, they can't get nothing.
Well, I told him it's a setup because I told him I'm not gonna have physical contact with them children.
Well, how you gonna sell candy?
I'm gonna sell it through popcorn then.
Come over there.
Huh?
And they don't want them to come to your house.
I don't want them to come in. Them kids not gonna come in my house. That wasn't the agreement. I was gonna take orders and then popcorn them was gone.
See, that's too much. That's too much.
Well, them was my turn. I ain't said nothing else. Come on in, public. Come on in on this beautiful day that the Lord thy God has made. And I am rejoicing. And I'm so glad. Y'all like my Silky Fresh? You loves it. This is a bouncing and behaving Silky Fresh. Throwback Silky Fresh. And I let Cash Money do it. Look at twist and turn. Sit behind the ill Silky Fresh. Honey, I kind of enjoy it. I like my short hair. But this Silky Fresh bang in, bang. That's down on one eye peep. I like them kind. Come on in, public. I gotta give y'all some updates. Whoo! Herman, I'm not gonna sell no more candy. I'm not doing it because I've been called a case. Ricky, come on in, baby. Bring the cavalry in on this beautiful day that the Lord thy God has made. Let us rejoice. I believe the majority of us is rejoicing, and we is glad, because God is what? Good all of what? All the time God is what? He is good. I'm telling you that one thing about my God.
So if God good, how come you can't be good?
Because I am. He made me just like I am, baby. And I'm is what I am, and I am what I am. Bang.
Some of that.
Well, anyway, I got some reports for y'all, different assortments of report. One church report. What, Miss Hunni? One of the reports that I want to bring forth, and we ain't gonna talk long because Herman ain't gonna let me talk long. Look at it. When I said ain't gonna talk long, look what my hair does. Bouncing and behave and bang. So listen. So, Miss Hunni.
How you bring my mom up in this?
Because everybody love Miss Hunni.
You everybody don't love my mama.
I does. Now, don't listen. Don't get it twisted. I'm as of humanitarian. I may not like her, but I love her because that's who I'm is. I'm a loving woman.
What is the difference?
I may not like what you do. Huh?
What's the difference between like and love?
Love, let me tell you. Love make you want to do right. Make you want to do wrong. Love. Loving Miss Hunni. Shut up, I'm just in a perfectionist mood this morning.
Listen, my question.
The difference between like and love, listen. Because of my humanity, I love you. I got to love you. That's what my Lord thy God is for. He love. I ain't got to like you because you could have ways that I don't of agreement with. Can I get an amen? You may have a different perspective from me. You know, hey, I may like hot and you may like cold. That's okay. That's fine. You walk in your cold. But I'm gonna walk it out like it's hot. You know what I'm saying? And so we ain't got to like each other. But if I see you broke down on the street, your car broke down, and you down on all four flats, I may call somebody, go down there and help him. I may not help you directly. I call you, but I didn't call help for you. Well, otherwise you wouldn't.
About when my mom was outside ringing the doorbell and you wouldn't let her in?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Thank you for bringing that on the forefront. Your mama know the rules. Her and Vera showed up without following the rules. I told your man, excuse me, mama, in categoricals. I told her, I said, listen, do not show up at my house unless you call me first. When you call me, at least give me the opportunity to tell you you're not welcome. But you gonna show up on Mother's Day and think it's okay because it's Mother's Day. No, that
is my mama.
And what I got to do with that, I'm sorry to hear that. I ain't got nothing to do with your misfortune. But her and Vera showed up, and they didn't call me Publix. And so what you think I'm supposed to do with that? It's just like you never did. I don't get wrong nowhere. One time she laid down on us.
It was hot outside.
I started to throw a bag of snakes out.
It was hot outside.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I promise you I ain't got nothing to do with that. She know it was hot before she came up unannounced. She know it was hot. Then again, she know me. I've been married for you too long for her not to know me. That if she showed up, that it was a high on the high totem pole, that she was gonna be spending her day outside. You don't do Mary J like that. Try Jesus. Don't try me.
She came over her son's house. That's all that matters.
Ain't got nothing to do with that either. That's another I ain't got nothing to do nothing with. Look at my ain't got nothing to do with angle. That's my ain't got nothing to do with, look. That's it. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Her son wasn't at the door. Her daughter-in-law was. And she know her daughter-in-law ain't got 2 kibbles worth of food, of stench. And she tried me anyway. Anyway, you said the difference between, I probably can't tolerate you. But I love you. I do. I love you with the love of God, for real love of God. But, I ain't gotta like it. Huh?
Jesus would have.
Yeah, Jesus would have. Jesus would have. But she didn't come to Jesus' house. She came to Matty J. Now she went to Jesus. Jesus said, I opened the come. I opened the door for you, come in. Those who receive me, receive Jesus Christ. I am called for to love you. I'm Jesus. That's who I was from the birth of the suckling of my mother Mary. Come. Here's both of the hands. Come. But see, that's if she had showed up at Jesus. Matty J ain't the J in my name don't mean Matty Jesus. Come on now. Come on. It's Matty Jackson. Matty J if you're nasty. And so, Publix.
But you love the Lord.
I love him with all my heart and soul. And he loves me. He does. Listen, Public. Herman, keep on interruption. Miss Hunni called Herman and told him that she wants for us to come over to the house, okay, and side with her because she got a new boyfriend. Herman just had a fit though, because he don't want his mama to have any kind of love interest in everything.
She be getting those men that gonna try to take advantage of her.
Well, what if she may prefer being taken advantage of? She been without most of person been for a long time, and I can probably imagine the state of her.
Watch your mouth.
But I'm talking about Miss Hunni. You can dig it. So, you can't speak for that woman. You can't speak what her terms is. And so, she said she got a boyfriend. And she told us to come over there. Well, she told Herman too, but I wasn't gonna miss that. But so we went into the door, and Herman walked in, and Miss Hunni sitting up there. She decked out extra. She had both of her breathing tubes hooked up so she could breathe correctly, but it still was wheezing. I don't care what she did. It sounded like her two were using a pronoun. He, it wasn't no she, it was a he. Her two there. And so, I came here, how you doing, Miss Hunni? You doing all right? And she said, I'm doing good. And saying like that, and I said, okay, who we got here? And her to shut your mouth, man. I said, okay, I'm gonna sit down over here back in the cut, back in the back in the booth in the corner in the dog. And so he's sitting up there, had on a full three-piece suit, all three pieces, and a bow tie, and some Stacey Adams shoes. They was white and the socks was black. So I'm painting the picture for you. Okay? I think it was a three-piece suit, but it looked like a three-piece tux sequence coordination he had on. Because if I'm not mistaken, it looked like I saw a glance of a cummerbund. So he was shot. Now, who we got here, Miss Hunni? Natty, you know, like she was a teenager. Natty gone, you a mess. I said, who is this gentleman? And I got up and went over to him because he ain't said nothing when we walked in. He ain't said nothing. He was just sitting up there, very attentive. But he ain't saying nothing. So I went over there and I said, how you doing, sir? And I went to shake his hand. He shook. Listen, that man's hand was about with this big. And his total hand, all his hand, enveloped 3/4 of my arm plus full handage. And when he shook my hand, it felt like a giant shaking my hand.
You exaggerate.
I said, okay, well.
I exaggerate.
Herman, that man that have big hands?
Yeah, normal size.
Okay. My hands is the normality for a woman's size. When he shook my hand, his fingers was up here. And then the rest of his palmage was down here. Shook. And I'm like, okay, got a little weight on these hands, big hands and things like that. But when then he shook my hand, then that's when the exploration began. Cause he
I know
shook.
what you're getting at. You stopped it.
What I'm getting at? What I'm finna say, Herman?
I know what you're finna say.
What?
I ain't finna say it. But I know what you finna say. Don't forget that's my mama you talking about.
I ain't talking about mama, I'm talking about her friend. We still don't know his name. I just said friend. How you doing, sir? Said I'm well. This man had fangs. And when I say fangs, I ain't talking about Count Dracula kind of fangs. I'm talking about like tusk. Like what them things is on the beach? What them things called her? Walrus. I thought his name was Walter the Walrus because they came overlocking to the point where he said, I'm doing fine. And it touched his chest hairs. Yes, on his bow tie he had a peekaboo opening on his shirt. This is for see this gray chest hair look like a 1971, 72, somewhere in that sequence, carpeting. It looked like a gray carpet. And the tusk came down and touched his gray hairs and things like that. Plus, on the tusk hangeth was drippings of slobberation coming down. So see, doing Frank slob came down, dripping off the tusk, that when it dripped, it stayed into the chest cavity of the gray carpet. And it looked like something had spilled on the gray carpet.
He was an elderly man, too.
So after I got totally spooked out, because you know, when somebody doing something like that, you got to try to look of normality. I had to look normal when he shook my hand. Okay, I was giving him points for the big hands. I gave him points for that. But when he opened his mouth and the tusk came down and touched his chest, you got to try to look normal. So I just took all my words, my vocabulary sequences just went back into my philosophical trail. And my vocabulary went down here. I felt it. And it asked my philosophical trail, what am I supposed to do? Tell me, how am I supposed to talk? What am I? You know what? I'm just going to put you on lockdown. I ain't going to say nothing. So I said, I almost felt like Mater Staples of Staples saying, yeah. Sing it, daddy, play your piano now. They on it. I couldn't get my words together. Because I didn't know if he was going to bite down on me, or if he was going to maul me, or he was going to try to extract blood. I didn't know. Herman over in the corner laughing and things like that. He talking about, that, sir, you're right. I was being nice.
You was being nosy. You was being, and then you was getting ready to crack.
I ain't have no crackers for that. Miss Hunni sitting over there in the corner.
She was proud for some reason.
Herman still had rocks in his jaw. He was mad. While I'm still over there in shock, wondering what was finna happen with me, because when that man Teeth Tusk got caught in the gray carpet, I didn't know if I was going to be next. And so I tried to withdraw my... Herman, you sitting up there watching all of it. I tried to withdraw my hand from him. And the long, remember his hand, his fingers was up here when his palms were down there. It's a big hand. I said, I know what's wrong with him. He is part of Malamute. He is an animal. He is an animal. Because his hands was abnormal. Then I looked down at his foot. And he had on some Stacey Adams on the foot part. This is the foot. Now, we ain't got to the toes. Because the toes was outside the shoe. Clawed down. I said, okay. Okay, sir. I'm going to be, yeah. Yes, sir. Everything was yes, sir, and everything. Because I didn't know if I was finna be his next meal or not. And so I'm sitting over there. Herman is just howling, laughing, because he said that I was out of place anyway, that he hadn't welcomed the man or shook the man's hand, because I went over there, and I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to figure him out, trying to, you know.
It wasn't your place to figure out.
Okay, but he was...
My mama friend.
Yeah.
She told me to come over.
Okay, well, you brought me.
That's because you wanted to come. Just to be known.
Yeah. I learned my lesson today. And so, with his toenails, which was what them things called when the eagles swoop down, talons. His toes were talons. Herman have to give me all the right wording perspection. Them talons were stuck down in Miss Hunni's carpet, and I didn't know that he had them hooked down in there to give them leverage.
How you said that man had on shoes?
Cause when he I ain't got to the good part. When he stood up, his body just kept going. It just kept going. It just kept going. It kept going. So when he stood up, I'm looking at his navel. You think I'm lying when I'm named lying. Okay, so this man standing of giantry, metamorphosis things, and he's standing up over me. What I'm supposed to do? What I'm over there. I just reached. Still hold my hand. Still hold my hand. I'm looking. Yes, sir. Every time of his growth of standage, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I humble myself. And now y'all know it ain't but two things. Matty J. It was two things. Matty J scared of. That's Roosevelt grandchildren, Mick Jaguar, and Glow in the Dog. And then the second one is Mildred. I don't play with it. No, that's three things, excuse me. And Ghosts. Don't fool with Ghosts. But today I met something that was added to Matty J's list. It weakened my voice. He kept standing. I'm like, Herman, you gonna come over? My voice got melodic.
That man,
I got a deep voice. That man stood up, and I just kept watching him keep going. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every time my voice went from baritone to sopranos in a matter of seconds. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I went to a soft princess in the forest tone. He commanded respect, and I gave it to him. And I said, sir, can I have my hand back? Do you reckon I can do that? I could. Thank you. I appreciate that. And that's yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why did you go over there in the man's face anyway? Why did you go over
I introduced him, introduction and myself.
My mama introduced.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Oh, yes, sir. Yes. And so, Miss Hunni, and so he went and said, I need to be excused. You should go to the restaurant. I said, yes, sir. It's down the hallway. Take a left. You're going to pass two rats and a unicorn. Keep on straight down. Keep straight. Then make another left. And then it's probably a bow hog, right? Just sitting up there. He's smiling because he stated this how he do. He be thanking this Herman, them thanking bow hog that's been in the family for years. Make a left down past him. Then you're going to go into this real dark room. They stored with ghosts. It's ghosts in there. That's, sir, but just go on in there. And then the bathroom will be facing you. And it ain't got no door on the bathroom. But that's your note. That's what it is. Because it's a wooden box that you're going to relieve yourself in.
See?
Thank you. And what Herman? Did I lie? That's
yes, you lied. That wasn't how it is. You know it. You just trying to just make my mama look bad.
He found a way to the bathroom, because guess what? All them long directions, I could hear that man peeing. Oh my God. First of all, it was a big splash. I said, I'm not going to even ask what that is. No, sir. No. I said, Herman, let's go. I've seen enough. I have seen enough. Then after the big splash, then it was like, And got louder and louder, and I was getting scared and scared. And I said, I've seen enough, Miss Hunni. I tell you what, we'll, we'll come back later. Herman, ain't you got to go down to the post office? I think I got some next day air that is out the air now and it's on the ground. And I'm going to get that because, oh, you ain't going to stay for nothing long. The devil is a lie and his wife, well, depends on the wrong side. Now, I'm not today, Miss Hunni. Herman, you ready? Herman he on the float, ain't he? He on the float. Mary J got her lesson today. I did. I asked for it, and I sure got. I said, but I won't leave before he come back in here. For sure, that is for sure. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I said, I'm ready to go, Herman. That's enough. We ain't even got the Halloween yet. I ain't even got, but I got some ghost stories now. You know, in October, that's when I be talking about the Hanks. I done met a Hank in person.
Call that man Hank. You should have went and said the car.
Oh, God. That man spooked Matty J. And don't a whole lot spook him. I ain't got a knife long enough or thick enough to penetrate him. I ain't got that buckshots. My 38 ain't going to take him down. I'm going to have to come strong. So because I didn't have no reinforcement, I throw my answer. Let's go, Herman. I'm ready. I'm ready, Herman. No, Matty, didn't Herman be messy. No, Matty, we gonna stay here for a little while, visit with my mama. I said, Herman, please, for the sake of the Lord thy God, Jesus who died on the cross between two thieves, one on both sides, who asked the Lord, remember me when y'all get to paradise. Please, in his name. Not the baby Jesus. We ain't gonna get, not baby Jesus. And when Mary was holding her suckling and feeding her breastfeedation. And the wise men brought Frankenstein and myrrh and golden. Not that Jesus. I'm talking about the full-grown Jesus who was teaching in the tabernacles one day and talked to the scribes and the Pharisees and telling them what they do to get saved. That's the Jesus that I was asking Herman to take me out of this room with, and please and thank you. I said, Herman, if you don't, I'm just going to call Popcorn and have him to pick me up on his big wheel. And the big wheel going to keep on turning. Because what's going to happen here is I'm not going to stay in this house. And then, honey, I said, you can't even get out and I can't be here that long because this man about to flush the toilet and he going to be back in here. I don't want it. I don't want it. Publix, I don't know where Miss Hunni got that man from. Even if he is a man, because I don't believe he's full human. He is a malamutation in him. I don't know where he came from, but I don't want to know. I'm getting spooked. I'm getting spooked just thinking about him. Herman just hollering, screaming. I said, Herman, I'm finna go this your second time. I'm not going to give you another opportunity. I said, I got keys. I get in the car and drive myself. Oh, I don't want you on the highway. Sure don't. That's right. I ain't got my driver's license. It's been expired since 70, let me see. Marvin Gaye was still alive. It was in the 70s. I said, let's go. Let's go. And so Herman got up and we left. But public, I bust out there because I couldn't help. I wanted to tell y'all what Matty J encountered. Herman, you know I don't know. I've seen a lot of weird stuff. I mean, for instance, the Roosevelt grandchildren, they the depths of something that's supernatural.
Them your kinfolk.
That's okay. This man right here was something different. And you know what? I don't know if it's at the beginning or the end of time, because, you know, they had said that back in the Bible day that giants walked the earth. And then in Revelation, somewhere over there, Revelation part 2 in the 6th chapter over there in the back part of the 21st verse, the back part, it was just going to talk about that we was going to be experiencing things of abnormality. And I believe he is the beginning, he's the genesis of the revelation. He the beginning of it, of the signs of time and things that start going to happen that is out of the ordinary.
How can you say that, Jay? How can you say
Because
that?
what I witnessed. I wanted to take a picture to Texas message for y'all to see, but I was too afraid. My hand shaking just like this. It was shaking like a white woman in a scary movie when she is alarmed. Like that. I trying to holler like our pastor and couldn't get out, and I almost fainted like him, but I was alarmed. Public, I'm freaked out right now. My heart is palpitating. I'm gonna have to come back to y'all because I have some more.
You just for talking about it?
Yes, Herman, that did that to me. That did that. I'm telling you, I ain't never seen nothing like teeth tucks embedded in his chest. And when he raised his head up, they came out with stabbed. He had stabbed indentions, 2 teeth tucks, stabbed. And then, because he ripped them out, because he, so when the stab wounds was on right there, on the opening of his 3-piece tux, and his bow tie sitting up here, then he ripped his teeth out, and there was 2 holes right there, and he like, did that. That's the, that ain't, that, yeah, all right. Yeah, that's my exit to the left side. Herman them stayed in there was longer than I needed to. And when he went to the bathroom and I heard all of that goings on in there, I know that I wasn't dealing with a close encounter of the 5th and 6th kind.